Cancer Institute because they lack transport to return to their respective homes. The patients come from all regions of the country, and some of the patients have been staying at the institute since the lockdown, and they have run short of funds to maintain themselves. The executive director of the Uganda Cancer Institute, Dr. Jackson Oriem, says that they have organized buses which will transport the patients to their district headquarters, where the RDCs will be in charge of transporting them to their respective homes. Sudil Vyarhanga reports.
It is estimated that there are over 100,000 cancer patients in Uganda. Most of these get treatment from Uganda Cancer Institute next to Mulago Referral Hospital. Ever since the total lockdown, which came with a ban on public transport and private vehicles except for the essential service providers, over 100 patients at the institute have been stuck with no means to return home. Some have been discharged, while others are scheduled to receive their next round of treatment after over a month. Mary Otukol from Bukedia has been stuck here for 2 weeks, and her hopes of returning home diminished after the lockdown was extended for 3 more weeks.
I finished to get my chemo. After getting my chemo, the little money that I had, I thought that I would use for transport, I used for feeding myself. So right now, I don't have transport to take me back to Teso.
Otukol is among the many patients who are struggling to eat and have made the verandas and this open tent their home as they wait for the intervention from government. This exposes them to other challenges like malaria since they sleep in the open. These come from Kabale, Gulu, Soroti, Jinja and Masaka among other places.
Chemotherapy is given in doses and they are not given at once. You have to come back for review, and then they give you another dose, and sometimes it spans a month, sometimes depending on how the doctors ascertain the need for that period. So there is definitely a looming problem. There is definitely a need to ensure that as we focus on the response on COVID-19, the integration of care of cancer patients is looked at as an approach which should begin to move concurrently.
However, the institute administration says they have plans to transport them.
What we have decided is the nearest we can get these patients is at the district level. And we would assume that once they reach the district, at least there will be mechanism that can be used to get them to their respective homes. So we are going to be moving at least in 4 directions. There is going to be a vehicle that will move northwards, dropping the patients at the different districts, and then there is one that will be moving eastward, doing the same west, and then also in the central region here.
According to Uganda Cancer Institute administration, the numbers of the patients who are supposed to be getting back to their districts or respective homes could have been bigger than 100 because they managed to devise means by providing letters to some of the patients who have relatives that have vehicles that manage to transport them. We've also been reliably informed that there is a patient who comes from as near as Chireka but is stuck here. So the million-dollar question would be is why did they take long to devise means to transport these people, yet they have come up with a solution 2 weeks later?
Immediately when these measures were put in place, there were so many uncertainties, and then of course scrambling to come up with the best strategy to handle